Oh, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Off the Rails. I'm your host, Austin Train. Joining me as always, professional musician, co-host, Brian Gower.
Hey.
Brian, I see you got the Capsule Corp t-shirt. Very nice.
Yeah, I got a whole new wardrobe. Essentially a bunch of clothes that couldn't fit for like 5 years.
Oh, did you have these like in storage and
Yeah.
you busted them out? Nice.
Yeah. Well, because I'm like convinced. Well, I'm in the mode now that I am only gonna buy like black, gray, or white T-shirts.
Why?
Because I don't need to represent any like logo or anything.
Oh, so you just want to wear straight up black, gray,
That's
or
it.
white?
Yeah, nothing.
Really?
And so that's all I'm gonna buy now. But I didn't buy these new.
Yeah.
Like they've been in my possession, just unwearable.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
So these are mediums that I'm like, oh, they fit well now.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, okay, cool. So I'll just wear it. They're all graphic tees of either like bands, maybe some music brands, or anime.
Yeah.
That's it. So I have like 10 or 15
That's all you need.
new shirts.
Uh-huh.
It's cool because to me, I'm like, oh, I'd rather just be the gray man and just wear black shirts, and so nobody can really say, oh, that's a Gibson guy.
The gray man going to the gray bar.
Yeah, that guy likes the it's cool, Dragon Ball Z or whatever.
Mm.
But I've noticed too, it's like it's a cool shirt. Kyle got it for me. I like it. I'm like, but it's not like, oh, that's a really cool graphic. I can't really tell design wise what's cool or not. It's just it's Trunks, Super Saiyan. I'm like, can't beat that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of getting like a better feel for what complements what.
I still don't.
I mean, black also just works with everything. So it's like, yeah, you get used to wearing black for so long. You're like, oh, you could just wear anything with black. And it looks fine. Like, it's very easy. I also got to apologize. I'm like having like an allergy attack or something.
Yeah.
You could probably hear it in my voice.
No, yeah. I mean, I guess it, yeah. It
and
could be
like my eyes are like super itchy and like
changing the weather or whatever. Probably.
Because I had to do this comedy contest yesterday.
How was it?
Oh, I don't know. I had fun, but it was kind of like, so I'm having like an allergy attack. The green room, I'm like waiting. It's like freezing in the green. I don't know. Maybe I'm starting to get sick or something. I'm having an allergy attack. I go up. I thought I did pretty good, but I guess I didn't place. There was like 6 people.
Yeah.
And I heard the first 2 names, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'm number 1. So I try not to get my hopes up.
Uh-huh.
And then they called another guy.
Uh-huh.
So apparently I went up 5th, and this guy went up 6th, and I didn't know at the time was that this guy's autistic, apparently.
Okay.
So I went up 5th, and I had this big chunk of autism material.
Yeah.
Right before he goes up, and I guess the owner or like one of the people involved in the club was judging.
Uh-huh.
And I just imagined them. They were like zooming in to watch which first off, it's like, you even got to zoom in to watch comedy contests are like an excuse.
Oh, really?
To get people to bring.
For some reason, my mind was thinking of zooming with a camera. You meant like over.
Yeah, she was just like walking up to the stage,
I was
taking like unnecessarily close-up shots.
Well, I was like that. I'm like zooming in. I'm like,
no.
I guess to be like your mannerisms.
No, she was like,
but
I guess they were like on the Zoom.
That sucks. That's
yeah,
stupid.
I don't know. I feel like I should have placed at least.
Like you're not even in the room and you're judging.
Yeah, I don't know. The only reason I tried to be like real zen about it, but it only started bothering me because this is the thing I hate. People come up to you. Like I've done a bunch of comedy contests.
Uh-huh.
People come up to you and they're like, man, you've got this, dude. Hey, great job, man.
Yeah.
You've got this. You're number 1, and then you don't win. You're like, don't say anything.
Yeah.
Don't say anything to me. You don't know if I won.
Yeah.
Even if like, because I had numerous people come up to me and were like, oh, you were the best.
Yeah.
And I was like, when I went up, I was just like, I'm not going to try to stress it. That's what drives me crazy is like, I know I'm not going to win.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that whoever is judging, like, I think they've picked who's going to win already.
Mm.
They don't know me or maybe they don't care for my comedy or whatever. But like, I felt like I got the most out of the crowd. But, yeah, I don't know. I was like trying not to let it bother me, but then everyone kept coming up to me and was like, great job. Man, you got this. And I'm like, no, I don't.
You were fucking wrong.
Yeah, why would you? It's like don't, because like I'm a big don't jinx people guy. That's what I fucking hate it because you watch so much sports. Every time somebody says this guy hasn't missed the shot yet, they always miss the next shot.
Yeah,
there was an announcer who was like, oh, man, I'm so tired of people saying the announcer's curse. This guy, he's perfect on the year. the guy immediately misses like an extra point in football.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." Like, just don't say anything.
Yeah.
Just shut the fuck up.
I think we've done a battle of the bands once, and we knew enough as we were,
It just whoever brought the most people won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was we were teenagers, and you think like, oh shit, we're pretty good. One, we shouldn't have played the show. We had like just like got like a drummer just like left. He like disappeared kind of thing, and I was like, okay, so we got somebody to fill in. I'm like, I don't know why we thought like, hey, we got this. We played once with this guy.
Yeah.
And then he was a good enough drummer, but at the time he just didn't know the song. So he kept going longer. He didn't stop. We didn't, and also we were young, so we weren't really that good.
Mm-hmm.
But you just kind of think like, oh shit, we're good. I think we had just my band. We had just, it was great, like first band. To be in, because we had highest of highs, lowest of lows the next one. It was like every time something would happen. And it was like, and so we just learned to be like, never get your hopes up for anything. Yeah. And they're just kind of, people were like, damn, that's kind of, I'm like, no, I learned a lesson in my teens or 20s to be like, don't ever expect anything. And but that aside, the Battle of the Bands thing, like we just like, we're like, wait, this sucks. It was just a popularity contest.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not. I'm like,
well, it's. I mean, this one, I went and I invited people, but no one came. So I'm kind of glad. That I didn't end up bringing anyone.
Mm-hmm.
But it is like, oh yeah, we want you to bring people so that we can get. It's like a bringer show.
Yeah.
And so, with music, it's like even worse. I feel like because it's just a scam.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to keep in mind. It's like you really have to like try to hustle these venues because. The owner will always be like, oh, I really can't afford to pay you. He can afford to pay you.
Yeah.
They're lying. They just take advantage of you, and you really have to like kind of explicitly state your worth.
Uh-huh.
And it's like helpful to just not expect anything and also be like somewhat confrontational, but like within within boundaries,
Yeah. And we've played shows too where it's like to get paid. Like we were like guaranteed like $200.
You had to bring people?
No, it was just like it was a night that was like almost guaranteed to like sell out or like be packed out or whatever. And it was at a smaller bar or whatever, but it was like okay, I'll throw like 80 to 100 people there. It's like oh shit, call the fire marshal. It's fun, whatever.
Yeah,
and people are drinking whatever. And then it's like we're guaranteed like oh you're guaranteed it was $200. I'm like cool, that's not a lot of money for 3 people in a band. By the way, so but it was just chasing this person down. To be like, okay, hey, $200. Oh, I can get it to you later. Oh, I can get it to you later. I'm like,
God.
Just the cash right now. You're at the register. Just what I don't know where you're pulling it from, but just $200, now. It's like, oh, we'll get it to you later. Hey, I'll get you a drink. And I'm like, where's the fucking money? And then we ended up going, she's like, oh, I'll just Venmo you later. And it ended up being like 2 weeks till this person fucking Venmo'd me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, at a certain point, I had I have a day job. We all have day jobs, but it's like, it's the principality of it. It's like, it's $200. Come on. And then another time we played a show and it was like barely got any money for the bands. I think it was like $50 per band to like 3 bands. So it was like, but the promoter or whatever just gave it to one band. It's like, oh yeah, give it to the other band.
Oh, what? That's crazy.
The band took all the money and dipped. And then I was like, whoa. Where'd you give it to? Oh, we gave it to so-and-so. And then I'm like, okay, well, they're gone.
Yeah.
It's like, did you explain to them? So yeah, I did. I'm like, well, maybe they forgot that there's, it's
what
not
an idiot.
Well, and then I had
this person should be killed.
Well, and then I finally we had to track him down.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like, it was a thing too. It's like my band. I'm like, well, why don't you guys do it? No, that's fine. And it wasn't like it's like I had to go to like fucking like South County of San Diego to go get $50.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it was still, again, it's like, you're not making out with all the money from this shit bar. Like, I'll spend $25 in gas to go get this.
It's the principle thing. I know this.
And then they're like, and then when it was, not that I'm intimidating or whatever, but it happened to be like it's a band of broads.
No, Brian shows up with his black fingernails and his newsy cap.
That's how I am. Like,
listen here, toots.
it's a broad band. But yeah, it was like I'm like, okay, I wasn't like trying to be intimidating, but also it's like you can't just. I'm like, and I was kind of
No,
like,
but you know what? They
I
for
had to be like,
sure were
hey.
trying to pull a fast one.
yeah, I'd be like, say, oh, what made you thought that you like? We all played that show. There was no one there. Why did you think you guys made $150? She's
Well,
like,
you know, I'm just like going through a lot right now,
Yeah.
and like,
I'm
you know,
like-
I just slipped my mind because
so
you
we're
know,
doing this, and it
I'm
was always,
luteal, and
Yeah.
I'm going through a breakup, and
then it's all fucking 5s and 1s. I'm like, you didn't cut. Oh, those 20s you lost, huh? Okay. So it was like, and then I shove it in my pocket. I'm like, yeah. I'm like after work and waiting for this person to get off work and get home and And I'm like, God damn. Anyways, it's all about. I love being a performer. It's great.
yeah. No, there's one guy you work with, and he always like says he's gonna pay, and then sometimes he doesn't, and then he's also like uniformly known as an asshole.
Yeah.
But he keeps getting work, and he keeps like getting booking gigs, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what fucking why?
There's
And so
yeah.
no matter how bad your behavior is, it's like if you're just persistent, everyone just gives in.
Yeah, I think that has a lot to do with it. Like I have like a friend who, not the best, like the greatest shows in the world, but he's got on like really good ones. Like his band opened up for Phoenix TX.
Wow.
And it was like, it's Soda Bar.
Yeah,
But still, like,
it's pretty sick.
I was like, Phoenix TX is one of my favorite bands. And I was like, oh, like, your band hasn't played a show in like 1.5 years. How did you get on that? He's like, I just I asked everybody. I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, it might be that like somebody said like, oh, if you have somebody had like a friend on a podcast or whatever. It's like, how do you guys get like promote like you guys get like sponsors and shit? He's like, oh, I'm just like, oh, the host is like really autistic, so he doesn't like get that like social cues. He just keeps asking. It's like, oh, just do it, just do it, just do it, just do it, just do it. And like he's like, oh, you can do better, pay more. And then it's like, and then people are like, okay, well, here. And then so like a friend was like, oh, he gets better shows. He's like, yeah, that's not a good show. Give me a better one. Yeah, give me a better one. No, that show
Wow.
sucks. Give me a better one. And then he's like, okay, what about opening for Phoenix TX? Okay, direct support. Sweet.
Wow.
That was it. I'm like, so you just ask? And I'm like, you could just do that?
Yeah.
Like, that's legal? And I was just like, because in my head, I'm like always thinking about everything and what are people going to, a lot of times people don't, they're not going to care that much about that type of
No,
shit.
the people, especially people
They
in
move on, so it's
positions
like-
of responsibility, they don't really care or know what they're doing. Because you used to think like, oh man, these people really know what they're talking about, and then
Yeah.
you grow up and you're like, oh, no one.
Mhm.
So many people are either mailing it in or legitimately don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah. Anyways, so started wearing my Dragon Ball Z shirt.
Nice.
It's funny, like I've got compliments on it.
It's pretty sick, dude. Trunks.
Yeah, it was
with
just
the
like
sword.
Yeah, it was like saying like, I think it's a thing too. It's like people can see you wearing something. It's like, oh, people might want to just be friendly or whatever, and open
Mhm.
up like, oh, Padres, huh?
Yeah.
They see your shirt or whatever. They see that, it's like, oh, Dragon Ball Z, that's sick. I'm like, I'll have my headphones in. I'm just like, what? Oh yeah, no, my shirt. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was like somebody was like, open up, stop me, and like, oh, conversation. He was wearing an Evangelion shirt, and I was wearing this. Like, oh, I really like
nice.
shirt. I'm like, yours is cool too.
Very Toonami. Very
Yeah.
Toonami.
And then it was like kind of like
day.
we both were like, oh, what do we want to get out of this? And I'm like, thank you, bye, and just walk away.
He just wanted to say something. Sometimes it's nice.
And then just I don't know, being nice or whatever. And
I was
like,
at a
I'm like,
bar and I was wearing this shirt. My friends, he had his friends had a company called the People's Republic of Skateboarding, so they had like some cool shirts.
Yeah,
he gave
yeah.
me. And then one is just like a white T-shirt with like a gun
uh-huh.
and like a rifle or like a something like that. And I was at this bar and it felt because everyone was just like, sick shirt.
It's just a gun.
Yeah. And then I was like, wait a minute, are you being sarcastic right now?
Are you-
Because for some reason I got it in my head that like maybe this guy was like offended by my shirt
Yeah.
and then was like being overly complimentary just because
Is it,
he was offended or something. But then
facetious.
everyone was
Yeah.
everyone was like, he's like, look at this shirt. It's like it's just a gun.
Yeah, I've done it where like I can't tell if people are complimenting sometimes where it's like, or they're like it's a backhanded one. Sometimes if it's like, oh, it's just to themselves, I'm like, are you just being a prick to?
Yeah.
And then I have to remember, I'm like, oh no, it was probably a compliment. Like somebody like, I have like Green Day tattoos, and then somebody's like, oh, Green Day tattoo, cool.
Green Day's pretty sick.
And then I'm like, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, that sounded facetious, but I meant it. I like him.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Was it the same friend who's autistic and just doesn't
a different guy.
Cool,
this guy
sure.
who actually had a pretty cool job. He worked at a record store, and he's like, "Oh, Green Day tattoo was cool." And I'm like,
It
"That
sounded
like,
yeah.
oh yeah." It's like, what the fuck did you say to me?
Yeah.
It's also like, I don't know. It's like we talked about it. It's like trying to like, I'm still learning at like almost 40 years old how to take a compliment. You have to just like, oh, that's somebody tried to say something nice. Like I was like my style or whatever. Like I went to the beach with my family. My sister and her kids were, brought the kids and everything. It's go to the beach. So I dressed up. I didn't even think about it because I'm like, I haven't been to the beach in probably 10 years. So I'm like, okay, I'll wear shorts. So I wore Dickies shorts. I wore like, just a black T-shirt. I looked like I was in the Sum 41 In Too Deep video.
Nice.
And I was wearing Converse. And then at the beach.
You're at the beach?
Yeah. I had spiky hair and shit. And then somebody's like, I was there. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then we were, getting the kids back into the van and we're heading out. And somebody stopped me. Like probably Gen Z or 20s or whatever. And I couldn't tell if they were fucking with me or they were just like, hey, man, I really dig your fit. It's awesome. And then he walks away. I'm like, he wouldn't be taking the piss. There's no one around. And I'm like, wait, I'm like, oh, thanks. It also looks, I mean, to me it's dated or whatever, but maybe it's like.
You think like, oh, I'll show you what's cool.
Yeah, but it's also a thing. It's like, oh, my style, I'm a man at a time.
Well, it's also coming back. So everything comes back.
Yeah, one thing that's still.
People get like stoked on it again.
Because I'm like, a lot of men's fashion is in my feed now. It's like, it's like something I'm kind of interested in, but I see it and it just pisses me off. Like, what's cool now is like skinny jeans are out.
Yeah.
Baggy shorts, those are out. I'm like, no, these are what I like.
Wait, baggy shorts are out?
Yeah, like.
What's in then?
No, it's like shorts that are like.
Oh, the short shorts.
Yeah, like above the knee.
Oh, okay.
To me, I'm like, I think I have a pair of gym shorts that are above the knee.
You got some terrible ass knees, Brian?
No, I just feel like a bit
the
of.
world your knees?
I'm dressing like a slut. Showing too much skin.
It is a little weird when a guy wears. Because
but that's all it is.
I'd always hear these old men being like, "Those aren't even shorts," and they're like, "Man, I remember back in the 1960s." Yeah. And it's like, why would you like? Those aren't even shorts. Those are like those are booty shorts.
Yeah,
you're reminiscing about a time where 7-foot tall men wore booty shorts.
I'm trying to find basketball shorts that are 13 inches, so below the knee. They don't make them really. They're hard to find. And I'm like, that's what I want. Remember back when we were in like in 8th grade, like it was AI and shit like that?
Yeah, you get huge
that's what I
shorts.
Want. It's just the fucking giant shorts.
Yeah.
So I'm like, my gym shorts. I'm like, I can't wear these out in public.
Well, you can just wear, there's a lot that'll just hit the knee.
I hate that.
There's not too much below the knee, there's really not as much as you think of a difference.
And then the skinny slim pants are out. Like these are Dickies, and I've gotten a lot of compliments.
Is
wearing
it just
them.
like regular?
They're like, to me, they're baggy as hell. And people's like, oh, those look good. I'm like, I think they look like shit. But people are like, that's what's in now is baggy. And there was like, it's like baggy and then above the belly or at the belly or whatever shit. I'm like, this sucks.
What do you mean at the belly?
Yeah, like where your waist is.
Oh, the pants are supposed to. Oh.
Yeah. I'm like, no.
I thought you were talking about like the crop tops are in for men.
Yeah, no, those are too.
Oh, crop tops?
Yeah, people crop the
not
things
just for like working out, but just like walking
all
around
the time. Yeah, I'm like, imagine just
where
fucking
did
up
you see that
on Instagram?
Yeah, but I don't see it in life, so I'm gonna think it's not true.
Well, it's also I'm like half my life is on.
You just checking out dudes?
Checking
out dudes on Instagram.
Saturday, I had food poisoning, so I was in bed just doom scrolling all day. It was sick. That was my weekend. I shit my pants 4 times, and I was doom scrolling. Great.
You think after the second time you would have just like holed up in the bathroom, maybe just gotten into the tub?
Yeah, there's like it's just wallowing. Actually, it's the same thing. I'd be in my own shit either way. But yeah, I was like,
you wash yourself off though. You're already in the bathroom. You don't get it on any clothes.
I was thinking of a bathtub full of shit.
Oh yeah, that happened to me when I was a kid. I think I pooped in the bathtub. Yeah, I didn't know you weren't supposed to.
Yeah, it's all water. It's like a toilet. But I was just like, yeah, I mean, this is pretty miserable. I'm like, damn, I shit my pants 4 times. This sucks. And then I'm like,
What did you eat?
fucking like half a cup of cottage cheese that was like maybe.
Oh, it's cottage cheese. Okay.
Yeah, apparently, after 2.5 weeks,
It's bad.
3 weeks, maybe not good.
Oh,
I guess.
I didn't
Where
know
the
that.
fuck were you, Gemini?
Yeah.
You fucking had my back on that one. And yeah, so that was a fun weekend. And then, but yeah, I'm like,
You're
like,
just there shitting your skinny jeans, like just becoming enraged.
yeah, I'm like,
over Instagram of men's fashion.
I'm like, skinny jeans are out. I'm like, no, this is wrong. I'm just slamming my phone. No, and it's like, yeah, you can't wear a skinny jean. I'm like, no, I'm losing weight so that I can wear skinny jeans.
Yeah,
that's what that's my goal. And if they're gone, then I'm.
What's the point?
Yeah, the fuck's the point?
You might as well just balloon back up.
Yeah, that's it. I like pull into Jack in the Box, and grab 240s. I'm like, we're done.
Yeah, we're back off. Was it back on the wagon or back off the wagon?
Off the wagon.
That's when you're like go off the straight and narrow.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
But that, and then other things that piss me off. Ankle socks aren't cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? All the things that are like were the sickness when we were in 8th grade, they're not cool anymore.
Ankle socks? Like what?
Yeah, like, or the ones that like are like no show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I only wear those to like the gym, so I don't really know.
Yeah. But yeah, this is my whole thing. Just like Instagram with that, and then something like the algorithm catches something of like oh, they just shove like, oh, inspiring sobriety videos, and it's like, oh, this is it. I'm like, okay.
Now I'm gonna go
like you like
self-sabotage now.
Like videos. I'm like, I see this shit. I'm like, how is that inspiring? Who's gonna see this and be like, oh yeah, I was gonna get fucked up tonight, but thank God I saw that video. And somebody says
it's really invasive.
Well, it's also nerdy. It's like, oh yeah, it makes you want to drink.
It doesn't make you get It doesn't inspire you. It just aggravates. That's very invasive to send you like sobriety, because sometimes a lot of ads, they're just like way too on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and just like, dude, that's fucked up. Like, don't. Why? I've just gotten really good about not buying anything now. Like, I don't want to buy anything. Anytime I see a commercial, I'm like, I'm not gonna buy that product. Yeah. I'm gonna go out of my way to not buy your product.
Nah, I wish I was that way. I still like stuff. It sucks. Like I
don't know, I kind of like stuff, but I just like I try not to. Well, I still watch TV.
Yeah.
So I've gotten really good at. I don't know what commercials I've seen. I just like. I either look at my phone or I just completely disassociate while they're on, because it just, I don't know. I feel like they're really aggressive and they're unnecessary.
Yeah. It's, I would say maybe smaller. It's also too, it's like, I don't know if like commercials have ever worked to be like, oh, I want that thing.
No, it just keeps it in your mind.
Yeah.
So you see a Coke commercial, it doesn't really matter if the commercial's funny or clever or whatever. It just makes you think of Coke later.
Yeah.
It's planting a seed in your mind. But for a lot of products, it's like, I'm not going to buy that, so I can just like tune out whenever it's on.
Yeah. To me, if it's within my interest, I'm already like have invested or interested in the next thing.
Yeah.
I don't need any more cameras. I want more.
Sure.
I'm like, oh, what camera do you want? Oh, it's $4,000.
Damn.
Because it'll make me a better filmmaker. Really?
Well, it is sick to just have gear, though. Having gear is fun.
Yeah. And then just, I don't know, like creating in a certain way. Like, because this is something that I do, creating the podcast or whatever, and have a certain look. And to me, I'm like, oh, something different or different settings or whatever. I'm like, oh, this is fun.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's not like I need any more to get better at it.
Yeah, but it is like a hobby that also you can make money off of, so it's kind of an investment, really.
Yeah.
It's not just like buying shit to buy shit.
Yeah. Because like currently I'm like, oh, okay, kind of doing some of the freelance work and stuff like that.
Nice.
And I'm like, yeah, I like it. It's so fucking fun. I'm like, oh, even if it's like, you know, something that it's like, you know, if I'm like working longer doing that or whatever, or like kind of more, it could be maybe a physical in a different way. And I'm like, oh, this is fun because I actually like shooting video and being, a camera operator or whatever the hell the thing is. And even if it's something like, oh, I can put my own spin on it. And I'm like, oh, this is sick. And then, so it's just like, trying to get better at just my craft to sell myself. So I think that's one of the hardest things of like, oh, because I look at the shit that I've done and I'm like, oh, they look good. This is better than a lot of shit out there. And people are like, I don't sell myself well. People are like, oh, I know somebody in the music scene who does like music videos, and all of them like the cuts look shitty. He does like, okay, not shitty, but it's I sound like an asshole. But it's just
it's all right, dude. We're subtweeting all types of people on this episode, and I hope
just make sure.
I hope in a roundabout way they see it, and I hope they feel bad.
And then somebody's like, "Oh, I do all this," and I look at it, I'm like, the camera work's not that great, and also I'm like, why are you selling this product and doing like 720 and 1080 videos?
That's the thing that makes
me
do
mad
4K, is
man.
Because no one sits people down who do a bad job and tell them.
Yeah.
And it's like you should have at least kind of a gauge of your skill and ability.
Yeah.
And with entertainment, it feels like everyone is just bullshitting their way, and everyone just like enables them. And like I'm like, dude, if you're bad, like I've said this once, and I'll say it again. If you're like that bad at stand-up, I do think you should be killed.
Yeah. Yeah. Drag them out.
Because there's people I've seen, and they're just in the way. And they're in the way, and they're also just like, you're also a bad person.
Yeah.
Like, you're not even that you're not nice, and also you're not talented.
Yeah.
But you're still like crawling into things.
Yeah.
And we have to put a stop to it.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess that maybe that's good to not hear like negativity or whatever. But
I'm all about negativity.
Well, and then the thing is, it's for me, it's self-directed. I am like constantly judging and critical
you're
of
improving yourself.
Yeah.
Like you do it, you use it to get better. Some people just like do it and then go like, oh, it's good enough.
Well, I look at the podcast that we did, and even back in like October, it looks so much better now.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, I'm more like comfortable with my skills or whatever. I can like almost quantify it, and then but I still
you can
think
demonstratively like look. You can critically, objectively, analyze your work.
And you're like, oh, this needs to get better or whatever, and then just being more comfortable on camera, comfortable on microphone and stuff like that. And it's just like, oh, I've just had to look at myself improve. But there's a lot of people that are just like, oh, we're done.
Yeah,
I did it. I did the thing. It's done. Praise me. I'm like, oh, it could get better. And that's another thing too. It's like, oh, I'm more critical of myself. So I think, oh, it sucks. I need to get better.
Yeah.
And it could be like taking compliments thing. I'm like, oh no. And it was like, it's like,
you're your own worst critic.
I'm like, oh no, I'm a fat chud. Hey, like that. I mean, people like it made, it's like, oh, you look good. I'm like, and I have to be like, I hold that thing in. I'm like, oh, I need to lose 20 pounds because I'm still really fat as fuck. And I'm like, thank you. That in my head, I'm like, just like that. And like, oh, you look great. I'm like, thank you. But in my head, I'm like, look, I'm actually still.
Yeah, I used to do that thing when somebody would be like, good set. And then I'd be like, oh, really? And then I'm like, just say thanks.
Yeah.
Because it also just doesn't matter if they don't even mean it.
Yeah.
If they don't mean it, it also just doesn't matter.
But also just like taking, like again, a roundabout way, like back to taking compliments or whatever.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just a simple thank you is easy enough. I try and also like joke around or whatever. And that could also maybe just like never land. So I had like somebody, it was like a coworker. I see him maybe once a week. I don't really talk all that much. He's a younger guy, maybe like 22, 21, something like that. And then he's like, oh, I like your hair. I do the spiky thing. And I'm like, he's like, oh, dude, I like your hair. It's like, you look like Cloud. And I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, oh, thanks. That's cool. And he's like, oh, man, it's like, I've been meaning to talk to you about it for a while now. It's a really cool style. And then I'm like, oh, thanks. And I was like, oh, I could have just ended it there. But I was like, oh, I told my barber, I'm like, I really like anime and punk rock. Just do whatever you got to do. And he looks at me, he's like, did you really say that? And then I'm like, no, I was just joking around. I cut it myself. He's like, oh, but why would you say that? And I'm like,
I was joking.
I was trying to make a joke. It didn't land. I'm apparently not funny. I'll stick to
He seemed like he was upset that you'd made that quip.
Yeah, I was like, I think that's pretty funny.
Why would you say so?
And he's like, because it was like, did he really do that? I'm like, no. And he's like, why would you say that? And I'm like, it was a joke. It's a fucking joke,
Very
dude.
awkward.
Yeah. And then, but yeah. Anyways, you want to bring it in for a landing?
Yeah, I think we can wrap it up. How long have we been on?
Oh, we got over half an hour.
Okay, yeah, we just got to cut this one short a little bit. I'm just, I don't know. I feel like I probably sound and look maybe worse than I do, but you ever like feel the bags around your eyes?
Yeah,
you feel like, oh yeah, there's something there.
I've done it to where I'm like, I've done like the Tone Jerks podcast. I'm like, this episode fucking sucks.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I'm dragging, and then I go and edit it, and I'm like, oh, it's actually funny. It was great. I'm like, oh,
no, I feel it in my throat right now.
Sometimes like you're in your own head, and it's like this is almost like you have a muffle around your whole life.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, I feel it in my throat. Like I'm just like, I don't know if it's got to be allergies or something, but
that or maybe you're getting food poisoning.
Yeah, I'm getting secondhand food poisoning. I'm getting your secondhand cottage cheese.
Maybe you'll shoot yourself 5 times.
Yeah.
You can strive for that.
I'll go for the record.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening to the episode. Please hit the buttons. Follow us on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Austin_train. And subscribe to the YouTube, please. Leave some feedback. Tell Brian that he would look really cute in knee-high shorts.
Yeah.
He needs that. He needs that confidence and
you need to show more skin.
Yeah, show more of that sweet, sweet skin. All right, guys. Bye.